Actually, it might help if I turn my mic on there, huh? Okay, now that I got that straight, I open up the phone lines because I want to see if, it would really be nice if I could get people from London to call, because I know people in London are probably awake right now, and I would love to hear from someone in London about the situation that's going on over there. I'd like to hear directly from them instead of just getting it from, the media outlets here in the U.S. So if anyone's watching this and they know someone in London, please tag them in it. See if they can call in, because we would love to hear what they have to say about what's happening in London. I mean, that would be phenomenal. So one thing I want to say is this is going to be, it's not going to be a long video. Maybe if we get a couple calls or if we don't get any calls at all, it's just going to be probably just 30 minutes here. And I just want to recap about what's coming up, the mother of all rallies, September 16th in DC. And this is a rally that we all need to unite behind. We all need to get on board. We need to support our president. We need to support the United States. I don't know anyone that I talk to that wants what's happening over in London to happen here in the U.S. And one thing that we can do, we need to unite and show that everybody in America, specifically these politicians that's fighting against our president, that we the people stand behind him because he's trying to do what he can to protect us. So, like I said, if anyone is watching this and they know someone that's over in the UK, maybe they can call in to, really help us out. Even if you're not in the UK and you just want to call in and throw your 2 cents about it, what you think about it, please do. Like I said, it's only 30 minutes, so the time is going to be limited. So if you want to call in, please call in. Okay, so the mother of all rallies, December 16th. We've got to unite. We've got to organize. We've got to do better than what we have in the past. I mean, I know in the past, people have always sat back and said, well, okay, someone else will take care of it. Someone else will do it. But we have to be better than that. We can't sit by idly and let these people that want to destroy America do so. So it's up to us to do what we have to do. I know it's late night and probably nobody's up. So, but like I said, I just want to do a recap, and I want to show you guys what I was talking about as far as the rally coming up here in California. We have a rally coming up on July 8th. This is before the mother of our rallies. The mother of our rallies is September 16th in Washington, D.C. The rally, and we have another rally that pretty much I'm holding or sponsoring, is in Sacramento, California. And that's on July 8th. And I'm doing this with a couple other people, some awesome people that are, willing to take their time to work with me. And I'm working with them to get a lot of this done. So what I was saying before, and I want to show this to a lot of people that didn't see this or haven't seen it yet. If you go to uniteamericafirst.com, there is a link on there to where it talks about the rally. And on that rally, it talks about the different things that we have going on. So you can see here on the page, when you go to it, it's right here. It says Unite America First. It's a UAF Peace Rally, July 8th. And the first thing you'll see the flyer that I created for the event. And if you scroll down, there's a link for the GoFundMe, but you can see here. This is what I've been talking about. And this is me keeping my word on what I was saying I was going to do. You can see, actually, this number has changed as of tonight. The total number that has come in for the GoFundMe has changed, and I'm going to update that, and I'm going to reflect it. So what we're going to do is show everything that comes in, because people, we as American citizens, we need to know what we're spending our money on. We need to know where we're sending our money. We need to know where the money is going. And the best way for me to do this is to actually show when people make donations. And I'm going to have it public on the website. And personally, I think this is what the government should do. There's no reason. And I don't want to hear the government come and say it's not that easy. It is this easy. When we pay tax dollars into the government system, they know exactly how much money is coming in. So they should be able to show us exactly where the money's going. And that's the very reason why I did this. So because we have this, we can show where the money's coming in. So like I said a second ago, this number has changed. So I'm going to update this number. And actually, this number has changed too. This is our goal. Our goal is what we want to meet. And we want to try to get to this within 2 weeks. We have to get to that before 2 weeks. And the reason why I say that, because we have to reserve the buses. And I'm pretty sure we have to put in enough time to reserve the buses so we can make sure that we have them for anyone that comes from Southern California to Northern California and have a way back home. And this way we can make it easier for the people that don't have other means of getting to the rallies, who've never been to a rally, who would love to go to a rally. And then, like I said, this is a Unite America First Peace Rally, and it's about the topics and the things that's going to affect us. Not just in California, but they will eventually affect everybody in the U.S. So like I said, the UniteAmericaFirst.com, you will see if you go to the top of the page, let me show it again. If you go to the top of the page, you'll see here, it's a UAF Peace Rally, July 8th. And like I said, you'll see the flyer that I created. And if you scroll down, you will see exactly where the money is going. And that's the way it should be. And there's no wrong, and personally, it shouldn't be any other way. Like I said, this is not my money. This is your guys' money. When you make donations, and I want to show exactly where it's going. Because a lot of people have bad taste about GoFundMes, I'm going to squash that. If everyone starts to GoFundMe and this is the way they do it, then it shouldn't be any questions. They need to show it. And I also, once the money comes in, I'm going to show which company that we got the bus from. So there's no question about it. If someone wants to even make a phone call just to check up on it. Hey, did Will Johnson from Unite America First book buses from here? You'll see if we meet our goal, you'll see the buses at the event. I'm going to make sure I get it. I'm going to make sure I show it because I want to show that everything that you have done to help this make happen possible. I want to show all of it. Okay? So, please, if you can, do what you can. I'm guessing no one wants to call in. You know what? I'm so sorry. Let me turn it on. I'm sitting there talking, and people might be trying to call in, and I haven't even turned the switch on yet. I do apologize for that. Okay. All right. I do apologize again. It is now active. If you want to call in, I do apologize for that. Okay. Same thing. The mother of all rallies. It's when you go to different links, and I know Pissed Off American and Jeremy have talked about it multiple times. When you go, type in hashtag mother of all rallies, MORA. Okay? Type it in. We've got to do this. Mother of all rallies. MOAR. I know I said AOR a minute ago, but you know what I'm saying. We've got to type it in. We've got to spread it. It needs to be large. Everybody across the country needs to be there as much as possible. It's so important that we organize. And now is the time that we do it. Okay? So maybe I'm not going to get anyone to call because it is Sunday night. I wouldn't be surprised by it. But like I said, the most important thing is when we do these donations and we share what we have with other people, you need to see it. You need to see where the money's going, and it needs to be presented to the American people. And this is the very same thing that they should do when they take our tax dollars. I don't ever know where that money goes. I mean, if you ask me, they're essentially robbing us of what we have. It's not like, it's almost just like the medieval days where they take from us and they don't even tell us what they're doing with the money, or they tell us what they're going to do with the money, but we don't ever see it take place. For example, here in the state of California, they've done this tax increase once before for gas. and they were supposed to fix the potholes in the road. But we have the infrastructure here in California. The roads are terrible. I mean, there's bumper to bumper freeways, no matter what time of the day. Today I was out driving around on Sunday, and it's bumper to bumper. And for what? It's not because of an accident. It's just because of the system here. It has not been updated in years. Hello, what's your name? Where are you calling from?
Jonas from Oxford, Massachusetts. Will, how are you tonight?
I'm doing great. You're up late with me.
I'm always up late.
Wow. So what do you want to talk about?
Well, I really wish that I could take the red eye out to California and be at that rally with you. I really do.
Yeah, I wish you could too. I want it's the United America First Peace Rally, and it's just to talk about all the issues that we're all experiencing, not only in California, but what we're going to experience across the land.
Right. You're in one end of the country, I'm in the other, but we're both dealing with the liberal craziness of our government. Because look at who I have as my senator. I have Elizabeth Warren as my senator.
Elizabeth Warren is your senator?
Yeah, not because of me. I never voted for her. But
I'm so sorry to hear that.
Oh, tell me about it.
Oh man.
Pocahontas over here, It's like, oh, seriously. But, yeah, I am definitely going to be at the Mother of All rallies, and I do want to say I cannot wait to meet you, shake your hand, and give you a hug.
Well, I can't wait to meet you as well. I think the Mother of All rallies, it needs to be, the largest rally the country has ever seen. I know Pissed Off American and Jeremy, they're calling for 1 million patriots to show up.
Yeah.
But I'm calling for 10
million. I already got
million.
my room.
I want 10 million to show up, and there's no reason why that can't take place. We are at a time and age where we need to wake up so many people to what the craziness that's going on.
I know. And the thing that kills me is that I have a lot of friends that are Catholic and Protestant, and they go to church on a weekly basis. And they are like so liberal. It's like, how can you go into God's house every week and listen to them preach about thou shalt not kill and love Jesus and everything, and yet be prepared to allow the Sharia law and these Muslims who don't have a God. I don't think they have a God.
Yeah,
it scares the living daylights out of me.
I used to, you know what? You're not alone in that. When I go to church and I see people in there, and I've had multiple people talk about how much they hate Trump in church, how much they despise him, but then they're okay with Hillary. Was she,
right.
was she? I don't even want to get into everything that that she supports. I know. And it's completely against God, and it just is mind-boggling that we have people that go to church and say they believe in God, and then they turn around and support the things that they. And you know what? And to speak to some of their credit, a lot of them say that they support Hillary, but they don't support everything that she supports. Like abortion and different things like that.
Right.
But essentially, if you're voting for her, I don't care how much you say you don't support. You support all of it. You support all of it because you voted for it.
Exactly.
Exactly.
It's like.
Yeah, go ahead.
I voted for Trump, and it's like I own that decision, and it's tough out here. It's as tough out here to be a Trump supporter as it is tough out there. And I think at work, I work with like 200 people, and out of 200 people, there's like 4 that I can talk to about this stuff.
Wow. And you're in the East Coast.
Yeah. Yep.
See,
I'm in the heart of liberalism, Massachusetts, so it's like,
You know, that sounds just like California. I mean, you know, I go out and there's so today, like I said, I
Yep.
do youth basketball. I don't know if you ever, but
Mhm.
anyways, I do youth basketball sometimes. And today I saw this lady and she had on a BLM shirt.
Oh
And
God.
and
It's
I
like
looked at,
all lives matter.
yes,
All lives
she had on a
matter.
BLM, and you know what? And I almost wanted to talk to her and ask her about it. And what was really ironic is that she was a white female with the BLM shirt on. And I wanted to ask her. I said, "So,
Oh,
at what point does your life matter?" You know. And
exactly.
originally, when they created the BLM, it was supposed to be a good thing, talking about trying to bring awareness to black people being killed by cops. Well, sadly, there
Right.
are actually more white people being killed by cops than there are black people. But it's just the media will publicize what happens to black people when it's done by a white cop because they want this racial
Yep.
division. And you know what? And that's one thing. And
Exactly.
that's one thing I get on here and I talk against it because, the liberal left media, they are wanting us to
Yep.
fight each other and over what? Nothing.
Yep. I know. I've been watching you since I don't know how long. How long have I been messaging you and on your feeds and stuff since pretty much you started this whole thing? And I went down to New Orleans for the day. I went to Mississippi, stayed for a couple of days with a friend of mine, and at her house, we went to New Orleans, and we ended up being at Lee Circle with the militia the night before they took the Lee statue down.
Huh. So let me ask you a
It was,
question. So,
yeah.
we have the rally that's coming up, and I've never known anyone to do this. So actually, I created, I have on my website, and I created
Mhm.
a page on my website for the rally, and on there
Yeah.
I show my flyer that I created for the event and the
And
different
I
issues.
saw the expenditures and what you've taken in and the expenditures. I looked at that, and I think that is the way everybody should do a GoFundMe. You need to really get that out to what you're doing to every group out there that's a patriot that has a GoFundMe, because the transparency that you're doing, most of them don't do it,
Yeah, and that's
and
what.
that's
Yeah,
what
you know
people
what?
need to realize.
Yeah, and it dawned on me. I'm like, why are people not doing this? I mean, I can't
Yeah.
imagine that I'm the first one to think of doing this and actually do it. I mean, how could I be the first one to do this? This
I
should
don't
be a
know.
known thing. This should just be a given. I mean, because like I said,
Yep.
I have an issue asking. You know what? I don't like asking for money. This is a
Right.
cause, and you know what? And I'm not. This money is not coming to me. This money is going to go
Right.
to funding for the event, funding for the buses and stuff like that. And that's
Yep.
all it's for. And I want to show it
Right.
100% where it's coming from. And I even have the example on there
Yep.
where someone sent me a money order, but the person wants to stay
Yeah.
anonymous. But I still put it on there. I could have been like some of these other people and never even put it on here, and like that never
Right.
even showed up because you don't even see it in the GoFundMe. But I want to be transparent
Right.
as much as possible because my agenda here is bigger than just this one event. Because we have the mother of
Right.
all rallies coming up, and that's not even the Unite
Right.
America First rally. I'm just participating
Yep.
with the young gentleman that started it because to me it's a beautiful concept, the mother of all
Yep.
rallies.
I know, and it just came at the perfect time. It's like right after we dropped the Moab
Yep,
on
yep,
ISIS.
exactly.
All of a sudden, it's like
Yep,
they came out with this, and it was just perfect
it's beautiful.
timing.
Yep,
And I think it's something that this country really needs.
yep,
And as patriots and people who love this country, it's something that we all need. And I think that the president needs it as well. He has to know that there are people that are for him and believe in him and pray for him every day that he's going to do the right thing. And so far, he's been sticking with his promises that he's made on the campaign trail, most of them. So, you know what? I'm proud to say that I voted for him.
same
But
here.
listen, I'm going to let other people call in instead of monopolizing this whole time with you, but it was really nice speaking with you.
Thank you. God bless you.
You too. Well,
Good night.
bye.
Okay. Someone was just trying to call in. Look like they're calling back. Hello. What's your name? Where you calling from?
Hi, it's Jen Flavin.
Hey, how you doing?
Good. How are you? Well, that was my next question to you.
Okay.
Is there any way that this program that you did create, can you share that with any of the other patriots that do have a GoFundMe?
The program? So you're talking about like
Yeah.
on my website?
Yeah, what you have posted up there. Because I heard you say that, that maybe could you have been the only one that created this and done this, and maybe you are the only one who thought about that. I don't know if the other ones have really actually sat there and said, hey, let me do this. So they've posted receipts and stuff, but that's not really doing it. Like the way you're doing it is really showing details.
And that's what I
So
want to do.
is that like a program that you created?
No, so this is just on my website. So it's not even a program. So I do all my my web hosting, or not my web hosting, I do all my web editing. I use WordPress. And it's just a simple free plugin that someone can add and they can do it themselves. I just, for me, I kept thinking because for example, like the gas tax, all this money that's coming into the government and we don't ever see what they're doing with it because the streets have potholes. In the state of California, when it was raining here, the streets were so bad. They had potholes the size of big 4x4 trucks open up. So if a 4x4 truck was driving by, they would have fell into the sinkhole. It's that bad here. So, and the only reason why they only address it is when it rains. So other than that, they don't even address it. So where's all that money going to? And then I started thinking,
Exactly.
And then I started thinking, I'm doing a GoFundMe. People should know where this money's going to. I mean, it's that simple. And you know what? If I can do it, and I don't have a degree in math or accounting or any of that. So if I can do this, the government should be able to do it because these people are supposed to be the smartest people that run for office. And they claim to be the smartest people.
I don't mean just the government. I mean like the other patriots that are doing this. Like maybe they don't know how to do this and this is why it hasn't been done. So is there any way that you can share this information with them?
I can most definitely share it. But you know what? I didn't know how to do it either. I sat down and I started looking at it, and I had to figure it out, because you know what? When you're asking for people for so much, because as a country we're all hurting, and if we're asking people to donate to a cause, and even if they're not here and they can't even participate in it, me personally, I just started thinking to myself, they should see where the money's going. It shouldn't be just donate your money and then an event happens and then you don't know what happened to the money or what even went with it. And it's the same thing. And it's the same thing the government is doing with us. And I refuse to do what the government is doing to the rest of us.
Right. And I agree. I totally agree. But that's why I was saying if there was any way that anybody else was doing that and that wanted to know, would you be willing to share how you did that?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, that's what I'm saying. We all need to organize. We all need to come together, and I'm willing to help anybody out. I mean, I'm asking people to help me with this rally. So most definitely, I would help other people out.
Right, because that's what our initial goal is, to actually come all together.
Absolutely.
Like I'm on my end. I'm in Pennsylvania, and me and Amy Lynn have gotten together, and we're trying to get people to come to our stuff that we have going on over here. We're helping out New York, and we're trying to get things going over here, and we're trying to figure a lot of things out, and I'm trying to get everybody united, and none of this fighting and bickering back and forth, and we can't have all this stuff going on. If we can't unite together, then how are we going to get everything else united? And I know, like, a lot of people talking about a lot of the fighting that has been going on has been about a lot of GoFundMes here and there, and that's where a lot of bickering is going on, and a lot of people don't realize that, we're not rich. A lot of people are not rich, and, sometimes if you have to travel somewhere and if nobody can afford to pay for your way to go there, sometimes you might have to do a GoFundMe to go to places, especially if you want to speak at a rally. If you want somebody, like let's say I say, Will, can you come speak at our rally over here? And if you don't have the money to do it, and we can't afford for you to go out there, then how are we going to do this?
Exactly. You know, I
So
even
you know that's my point. So sometimes they do open up a GoFundMe so that they can make those funds, so that way they can come out to these rallies and do all these other things. But a lot of people don't understand that, and that's why I'm asking about that. So in case that does come up, in case I do need, let's say I need you to come out here, because we're in Pennsylvania, you're in California, and you can't afford that, and we can't afford to pay for your ticket, then let's say we open up a GoFundMe for you to make it out here.
Right.
I want to be able to do that, to show that to these people here. This is the Patriot family. We open up a GoFundMe for Will to come out here to come and speak at our rally and come and help us out. I want to be able to do that. That's why I'm asking.
Yeah, absolutely. Like I said, I use WordPress, and it's a simple plug-in. And you know what? I'm gonna give you a tip. The best way to do it, and the way I learned how to do it, is there's YouTube videos that will explain everything on the planet.
There we go. And that's what I was looking for.
Yes.
You see, because like I said, I want to eventually, because more is going to be the place for all of us to eventually meet and get together.
Yes.
But in the meantime, if we can all help each other out at certain rallies, because not all of them are at the same time, which makes it good, that we could go to other places. And I don't know if you've seen, like today, Hadim went to go help them in Portland, and so did Marco, and so did Robert Herrera. They all jumped out and went out and helped them in Portland.
Yes.
So I want to be able to get other people to be able to do that. And I want to be able to help other people myself as well.
Exactly.
Now, I can say, yeah, I could afford to do that. If I jump, on a plane or something like that, I could afford to do that. But I know there are a lot of people that can't afford to do that.
Right.
So
I'm in the same boat. I'm in the same boat. I just can't, I don't have the funds or the means just to hop on a plane and end up somewhere and participate in every single rally. If I could, or if I had crazy sponsors, I most definitely would. Because I want to unite everybody, and I want people to realize that what they're pushing on us, and this is the elite, what they're pushing on us is not true. And we need to understand there are people such as myself, such as you, that's not falling for it anymore. And we need to unite together.
Right. And the way the left is going, it's ridiculous. And they're coming out in numbers. And if we are continuously bickering and fighting with each other over simple things such as a GoFundMe, this is how are we going to get along? And how are we going to fight these people if we're continuously fighting each other?
Exactly. But you know what? That's exactly what they want. They want us to continuously fight each other. And then as long as we're fighting each other, then they can sit back and just enjoy it. And if you think about it, that's why these liberals are so well organized, because they fund each other. They have people who have deep pockets, and they know that when they find something like, for example, when they do their, kitty cat marches, they have people that will fund that because they have people that will stand up to that and support it. And I don't understand why we can't do the same thing. We are so passionate about this country, and we want this country to be safe, and we want this country to be successful, continuously to be great. But yet we don't have people that don't, participate, or we don't have people that sponsor. I mean, so how do we break that barrier? And I think one thing.
Right. Where do we find our George Soros?
Exactly.
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 Where's our George Soros? Because we don't have that.
Exactly.
And I wish we did.
I mean, if
Trump wasn't president, then we would have our person, but he is. So now we don't have that person to help us. So we're out here doing this on our own. And yeah, granted, I could say I might be able to fly one place to two places, but I can't fly everywhere. I'm not that rich. I'm not a millionaire myself. So, it gets really hard.
Exactly.
And some of these guys that are out there, and they're putting and I'll tell you, I don't know if you saw how bad it got in Portland today, but those guys are putting their lives on the line.
They are.
And these guys don't have money like that.
They are, yeah, because, when patriots get in trouble, or when these Antifa members get in trouble, they have like George Soros bailout funding, Yeah. But that's my whole thing. When I talk about when we go to these rallies, and that's why this one's called United America First Peace Rally, we need to be peaceful as possible. We don't want to cause harm, because these are just other people's children grandchildren for the most part that have done, that have been convinced that they have to be violent against people who love this country. And for the life of me, I don't understand how they got to that point or who is actually teaching them that. Maybe there's a professor here that's in trouble or supposedly in trouble because he hit someone over the head with a bike lock, and he's teaching other kids this violence. So we have to bring awareness. And that's the whole point of like the rally that we're holding here in California, in Sacramento, is to try to bring awareness and like, look, we're not here to fight with people that love this country or people that are Americans in this country, even if you disagree with the president. That's not the goal. The goal is to address something that's going to affect all of us. All of us.
Yeah, because if you talk to a lot of them, you will see they all have a lot of the same things in common.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, I watched Joe B. Val today talking to this guy, and he had what they were talking about was pretty much the same thing that they had in common.
Yep.
So I couldn't understand where the hatred was coming from. Even he said it, like he couldn't understand where it was coming from.
It's because they have been convinced that anyone that supports Donald J. Trump hates America. They've been convinced of that. But if you notice, everyone that supports Donald J. Trump doesn't have a problem with the flag. They don't have a problem supporting the president. They don't have a problem supporting the military. They don't have a problem supporting the police department. Everyone that is on that side doesn't have a problem with America at all. But then you have people that, they've been convinced by the media that anything Trump is bad, which is completely opposite.
And that's what you were hearing coming out of this man's mouth. He was talking a lot about what he saw in the media. And we're like, what are you talking about? And Joby explained to him, do you not understand that, no, this is not right. This is exactly what actually happened. And you can see the guy he was like, wow, like he didn't understand that. And it was weird because a lot of them are watching this stuff in the media and they're actually taking it as truth. But the media does lie a lot. Jesus, I didn't realize how much they lied until I started actually watching the real news.
Yes, you know what? This past election has so many people with their eyes open to what's actually happening today. It is unbelievable. And what's really scaring the liberal left media is because they're being called fake news. And actually, they tried to deem the fake news from the beginning, but it backfired on them because everything that they're doing, every since, they would bring out something about Trump, and then Trump kept calling them out on it because Trump would say something's going to happen or something happened because of this, and then everything he was saying happened to be true. But before that, they already spun it to the point to where Trump is lying. And at that point, no one wants to hear anything else. They just know that he's lying. And they don't ever want to validate what they're hearing from the media.
Exactly. And it's so crazy when you just sit down now, and even Fox, you can see they're changing too, and it's getting bad. And when you sit there and you watch what they're saying now, and it's like, what the hell?
Yeah.
That is such a lie. Why are they saying this? What is going on here?
Yeah.
And I can't even watch it. It's gotten so bad I can't even watch regular TV anymore, that I'll find a show on Netflix or something else to watch. I don't have to watch this stuff anymore.
Yeah.
Or I'll go on Facebook or the Red Elephant or somebody else just to catch something else that's true, because I can't watch this fake stuff anymore. It's just ridiculous. It gives me a headache.
Yeah. And you know what? And that's my whole motto. I want to be as true as possible, and I want to remain that way. And by me doing what I'm doing on my website, by showing, all the expenses that are coming in, all the funding that are coming in, and where the expenses are going to go, where it's going to be paid at. And, I think this is what the government should do for us. And I don't want to, and I'm pretty sure that someone's going to come on in and say, well, it's not that easy. I'm like, I don't want to hear that. I don't want to hear that, because if we give in taxes, we're not going to even give. They're going to take. When they take from us in taxes, if they take $15 billion, they should be able to show that $15 billion and what they spent it on. Which road agency got the money to build it, and then we should be able to ride on that road and see it. It shouldn't be
right. Exactly.
It shouldn't be the other way around, where they take the money and then we don't see it.
Right, and then it doesn't go anywhere.
Exactly.
I mean, I watched them. It took them 10 years to finish a little piece of highway in New York City.
Yeah, because
10 years. I kid you not.
They're milking it.
Milking it was not even. They're still doing it. It's been over 10 years. When are you going to get this thing finished? And
Yeah.
it's just ridiculous. But yet I watched them in my city get one done where they completely closed this whole area off, and they got it done in less than a year. So please explain to me why you're one of the richest cities, New York City, and you only have a small section to work with, and it's taking you over 10 years. I don't understand this. This doesn't make any sense. So where's all this money going to? You're absolutely right. I agree. They should be doing that. They should be exactly showing us what they're doing with the money. And that's another reason why I had asked you that, because I do want to definitely learn how we do this, because as we get further into this, it's just going to get worse, and we're going to have more issues going on. And we're going to need these, you guys, especially like you and all the bigger guys that are out there, we're going to need you guys at these bigger rallies. And like you said, nobody is rich. We can't afford to be doing this. So it's going to come to a point where we're going to need GoFundMes and stuff like that to have you guys fly out. And we're going to need to show people what we're using the money for. So I want to be able to have that. So in case I do need to use that, I want to be able to show people, look, this is what we're using it for. We're going to fly Will out here because we need his help.
Yeah, I completely understand. And that's the very reason why I did this, because people need to know. Because people need to know that what they're giving is going to a valid reason. And I've heard so many bad things about GoFundMe. People taking the money. You know, a lot of people, they say they take the GoFundMe and they say they're supporting the vets. You know, they're supporting this or they're supporting that. And then they get the money and then they don't know if the vets actually got the money. Here, once I send, if we meet our goal, we have to meet our goal for the buses. It's around $3,400. But once I get that actual number, that will be where everyone can see it. And then I'm going to have the company that we use. And if they want to call the company and validate it, they absolutely can. I will have no problems with that. And then once we get the buses, people will see the buses here. So I want to make sure it's completely transparent. And I don't know why the government can't do this for us. I mean, it's really simple. And I don't understand why they can't do it. They're probably going to shut my page down for doing this very thing here, because I'm doing what they should be doing for us. I mean, I can see them doing that. Oh no, it's really that simple, and he can't show the people this. I don't understand why no one has done this. I mean, I really don't understand it. I'm like, how is it that I thought of this? Like, you know, there's no way that I could have thought of this all by myself, but I did, because
I'll be honest with you. I've heard other patriots say, you know, I will show receipts and blah blah blah, whatever. But then, you know, people say, no, you don't have to do that. We trust you. But then there are those that'll go behind and say, hey, no, you know, what is he really using the money for? So to avoid all of that, I would rather it be out there, like you're saying. Put it out there, let everybody see, and then that way we don't have this bickering back and forth. Because we don't need this. We don't need this amongst ourselves. We need to be united.
Yep. So
and that's it. It's no more fighting, no more bickering.
When people have questions,
we need to be united, because we have to be against these people. This left, they are crazy. They are really crazy.
Exactly. And
it is really mental disease with these people.
It is. And if there's any questions about it, you can go right here to the site and look at it. And if there are questions, just like, for example, the number that I have on here now is actually changed within the last couple of hours. So I actually need to update, because more people have donated, because they see how important the cause is. So before I go to bed tonight, I will make sure I update that so people will see what it is currently.
Right. And that's great, and I really appreciate that you're doing that, and I really appreciate you for everything that you've done. And you know, I've messaged you plenty of times and told you you've made me cry plenty of times watching some of the stuff you've done. You've been an amazing inspiration to all of us, and I really appreciate you for everything that you've done.
Well, I thank you.
Thank you so much. But I'm gonna let you go because I hear your phone beeping. Have a good night, hon. Thank you.
God bless.
Bye.
Bye. So I'm glad you guys tuned in. Hey, I didn't say this in the beginning. A lot of times I keep forgetting. I'm actually streaming both to YouTube and Facebook because I'm not sure if how long they're gonna allow me to keep doing what I'm doing. You know, like I said, I'm always talking about I'm against violence, 100%. I just want to address the issues that's gonna affect us all, and that means all of us, not some of us, not some of us on the left, not some of us on the right. I'm talking about all of us. It's going to affect all of us. And that's what I want to address. And, you know, and the other, last night I actually had a gentleman call in and he said he's a classic liberal and he gets it. He understands what's actually happening in America. And if he does, and I believe if I'm not mistaken, he was from Texas. And if he gets it, you know that many more are starting to wake up to it. We don't want to fight with liberals. I don't want to fight with liberals. I want us to all come together and understand. Let our president do what he has to do to protect us. And then if he's not, then we all have an issue. Right now, he is the pilot. He is the pilot flying this country. I can understand why someone wanted to impeach him and just throw him out the cockpit. That doesn't make any sense. He hasn't done anything. There is no Russia, Russia, Russia. If there was anything with Russia, they wouldn't continuously be talking about, okay, well, we need to find something that might be there so we can impeach him. But he hasn't committed any crimes. He hasn't done anything but try to protect us. We do not want what's happening over in London to happen here. Overseas, period. We don't want it. We've already had enough. We've already had too much of it. But the reason why they have an uptick in it is because they allowed the people to come in. You know good and well they didn't vet these people coming in. And look what they're doing. And even if the people aren't immigrants that's coming into the country, they're being influenced by the people that weren't there before. You can't tell me that years ago when the immigrants weren't flooding into Europe, when they weren't having these crimes. Yes, they had some crimes, but it wasn't to the extent it is now. And I guarantee it is going to get worse. It is going to get worse. I hope that I'm wrong. But just based on what we've been seeing, we all know it's going to get worse. We know it is. Okay. I want to thank you guys for watching. Please, UniteAmericaFirst.com. UniteAmericaFirst.com. Go and check it out. Like I said, I have all the information on there. I'm going to update what the donations that have come in tonight. And I really do appreciate you guys. If we had just 200 people donate $5, we would meet our goal. And now it's actually less than that. I mean, $5 will go a long way. And you can see where the money's going. I thank you guys for watching. UniteAmericaFirst.com. Lynn, please call in. Okay, so the mother of our rallies, December 16th. We've got to unite. We've got to organize. We've got to do better than what we have in the past. I mean, I know in the past people have always sat back and said, well, okay, someone else will take care of it. Someone else will do it. But we have to be better than that. We can't sit by idly and let these people that want to destroy America do so. So it's up to us to do what we have to do. I know it's late night and probably nobody's up. But like I said, I just want to do a recap. And I want to show you guys what I was talking about as far as the rally coming up here in California. We have a rally coming up on July 8th. This is before the mother of our rallies. The mother of our rallies is September 16th in Washington, D.C. The rally, and we have another rally that pretty much I'm holding or sponsoring, is in Sacramento, California, and that's on July 8th. And I'm doing this with a couple other people, some awesome people that are, you know, willing to take their time to work with me, and I'm working with them to get a lot of this done. So what I was saying before, and I want to show this to a lot of people that didn't see this or haven't seen it yet, They know exactly how much money is coming in. So they should be able to show us exactly where the money's going. And that's the very reason why I did this. So because we have this, we can show where the money's coming in. So like I said a second ago, this number has changed. So I'm going to update this number. And actually, this number has changed too. This is our goal. Our goal is what we want to meet. And we want to try to get to this within 2 weeks. We have to get to that before 2 weeks. And the reason why I say that, because we have to reserve the buses. And I'm pretty sure we have to put in enough time to reserve the buses so we can make sure that we have them for anyone that comes from Southern California to Northern California and have a way back home. And this way we can make it easier for the people that don't have other means of getting to the rallies, who've never been to a rally, who would love to go to a rally. And then, like I said, this is a Unite America First Peace Rally, and it's about the topics and the things that's going to affect us. Not just in California, but they will eventually affect everybody in the U.S. So like I said, the UniteAmericaFirst.com, you will see if you go to the top of the page, let me show it again. If you go to the top of the page, you'll see here, it's a UAF Peace Rally, July 8th. And like I said, you'll see the flyer that I created. If you Actually, it might help if I turn my mic on there, huh? Okay, now that I got that straight, I open up the phone lines because I want to see if, it would really be nice if I could get people from London to call, because I know people in London are probably awake right now, and I would love to hear from someone in London about the situation that's going on over there. I'd like to hear directly from them, instead of just getting it from, the media outlets here in the U.S. So if anyone's watching this and they know someone in London, please tag them in it, see if they can call in, because we would love to hear what they have to say about what's happening in London. I mean, that would be phenomenal. So one thing I want to say is this is not going to be a long video. Maybe if we get a couple calls, or if we don't get any calls at all, it's just going to be probably just 30 minutes here. And I just want to recap about what's coming up, the mother of all rallies, September 16th in DC. And this is a rally that we all need to unite behind. We all need to get on board. We need to support our president. We need to support the United States. I don't know anyone that I talk to that wants what's happening over in London to happen here in the U.S. And one thing that we can do, we need to unite and show that everybody in America, specifically these politicians that's fighting against our president, that we the people will stand behind him, because he's trying to do what he can to protect us. So, like I said, if anyone is watching this and they know someone that's over in the UK, maybe they can call in to, really help us out. Even if you're not in the UK and you just want to call in and throw your 2 cents about it, what you think about it, please do. Like I said, it's only 30 minutes, so the time is going to be limited. So if you want to call, go to UniteAmericaFirst.com. There is a link on there to where it talks about the rally. And on that rally, it talks about the different things that we have going on. So you can see here on the page, when you go to it, it's right here. It says Unite America First. It's a UAF Peace Rally, July 8th. And the first thing you'll see the flyer that I created for the event. And if you scroll down, there's a link for the GoFundMe, but you can see here. This is what I've been talking about. And this is me keeping my word on what I was saying I was going to do. You can see, actually, this number has changed as of tonight. The total number that has come in for the GoFundMe has changed, and I'm going to update that, and I'm going to reflect it. So what we're going to do is show everything that comes in, because people, we as American citizens, we need to know what we're spending our money on. We need to know where we're sending our money. We need to know where the money is going. And the best way for me to do this is to actually show when people make donations. And I'm going to have it public on the website. And personally, I think this is what the government should do. There's no reason. And I don't want to hear the government come and say it's not that easy. It is this easy. When we pay tax dollars into the government system,